What's good, guys? Fantasy Joe back here with our fantasy football profile. Today, I'm talking Miami Dolphins running back De'von Achane. Going to be diving into him, talking about his 2024 outlook, where I'd be taking him in drafts, his projection, all that good information you're going to need. If you guys want to beat your friends and family in fantasy football this season, bring home that championship, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be posting more of these fantasy football profiles, league winners, bust, values, wide receiver rankings already on the channel, running back rankings on the channel. A lot of good content already out. Players to draft in every draft, players to avoid in every draft. So check out the channel. Hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, drop them in the comment section down below. I'll respond as always. Let's hop into De'von Achane. Alrighty, so let's take a look. The first thing to know when you look at Devon's numbers from last year is the insane efficiency. 7.8 yards per attempt is absolutely wild. A number that puts this in perspective for me, he averaged more yards per rush than the average yards per reception. You almost never see any running back do that or be able to sustain that for any period of time. Now, what this shows us, though, is that he is an absolute beast in this offense. He's an extremely fast player. We've seen the explosiveness numbers. If you look at his player profile, 4.32, 99th percentile. His pro comp is Chris Johnson. Now, he is a lighter guy. He's 5'9", 188. But in this Miami Dolphins offense where they can open up these big holes and let somebody, speed back hit it and hopefully house it, he is absolutely perfect for that role. Now, what kind of workload can his body stand up to? He had a lot of injuries this last year, missed a lot of games. And can these efficiency numbers hold up as he gets the ball more times? Another number I want to point out that was crazy about his efficiency numbers last year. He had 130 total touches and turned that into 11 total touchdowns. That's absolutely an absurd rate. His college yards per carry was 5.6, and he averaged 7.8 yards per attempt in the NFL. Something to consider moving forward. I don't think he'll be nearly as efficient this upcoming season, but that doesn't mean he can't still be massively successful for fantasy football. Raheem Mostert is still in town. He was great last year, scored an absolute ton of touchdowns for instance, the RB2 in all of fantasy. I don't expect his role to go away. They actually gave him an extension. I think that him and Achane will get a bunch of work each. I think they'll basically split the role, but I do think Mostert will be the guy around the goal line. So I think that does hurt Achane's upside a little bit. And where he's currently being taken in drafts, there's certainly a little bit more risk. And like I said, he's a smaller back, getting a bigger workload. You can expect those efficiency numbers to go down. You can expect potentially injury risk to go up. Well, injury risk does go up the more carries you get. But so I have his efficiency or his projection for next season. I have him between 160 and 180 carries, 900 to 1,000 yards rushing, 45 catches for 300 to 350 receiving yards, and 10 total touchdowns. A great season that you'd be very happy with, but where he's currently going at ADP, I don't think I would take him in that range. Me personally, where he's going at the end of round 2 in drafts, or even in the middle of round 2 in some drafts, there's some other running backs that I'm personally going to be taking. I'm going to take a Kyron Williams in round 2 or a Travis Etienne ahead of him just because they have much more substantial workloads. It's not that I don't think Achane can be an extremely efficient player again this season, but with Raheem Mostert competing for goal line touches and these other two backs or a lot of these other backs around his range going to get a lot more volume, I'm much more likely to take the risk on them than take the risk on the guy that you're betting on a ton of efficiency for, who's not the touchdown, the goal line back on his football team. Now, I do think he's going to house a lot of long runs, give you a lot of good days, but I just think he's going a little too high in drafts for me currently. If he's in round 3, beginning of round 3, I completely understand the risk. I have him projected for over 12 points a game this year, and that's scoring less touchdowns than he did last year, and I think he's going to get substantially more work. So yeah, I still think he can be great for fantasy football. I just think there's some other guys in that draft range that I would take ahead of him. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, drop them in the comment section down below. I'll respond as always. Thank you guys for watching.